All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Clumsy Clairvoyance. Thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hold on, I think I just realized something. Hold up. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Is that good? Is that good? Hold on. We'll go a little up. I think that's good. If I need to go brighter, I will. Okay. So it is so good to see everybody. Welcome to Clumsy Clairvoyance. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, welcome back. I appreciate y'all being here, okay? Here we do tarot readings amongst other things, okay? So welcome in. Don't be shy if you are new here. Go ahead and type your question or, feel free to chat in the chat. Go ahead and chat in the chat. That was cute, right? Right? Look, you guys, I did like Valentine's Day nails today. Really, really creeper, huh? Just kidding. I'm a really creeper, huh? They're like, it looks like super red right here, but they're more like pinkish and like I guess a true red. But anywho, welcome. Let's see who is in the chat, and we will begin. And I hope everybody's doing well tonight. FYI, Mercury in retrograde, like a few more days or a little less than a week. I think I gotta check and look at it, but it's so good to see everybody, and I hope everyone is well. Whoa, hold up. Why is the chat so long already? Oh shit. Did I get in trouble or something? What is today, you guys? Friday going into Saturday, right? Oh yeah. Oh, and you guys, my youngest daughter, she's got a soccer tournament in the morning. So everyone knock on wood or like rub your lucky clovers. Hopefully she does well tomorrow. She's all excited for it. So good luck to her. So let's see what's going on. 27 minutes early. I want to write something, but I knew how much you love being first. Aw, look at John, such a gentleman. I hope everyone is well today. How are you doing, John D? Darth, good to see you. Aw, that makes me feel like so good. I'm so glad. I know it's not about me, but I'm glad that you feel uncomfortable here. So that makes me feel like that just made my night. So that's awesome. I'm glad you feel good here. That really does make me happy. All right, clumsy. Okay, hold on. I'll try not to get into everyone's chats and stuff. And John D, your check's in the mail. All right. Let's see. You know what? You sound just like Juju. I thought you guys love me and you're supposed to accept my late ways. So, just on this comment right here, the concept of time. There is hold on, who am I thinking of? Or what am I thinking of that? Hold on. Something you said about time reminded me of something that I was reading recently. It will come to me eventually, but I'm having a blank. But that reminded me of something. Hush, hush amongst yourselves over here. Where's Angel at? I didn't even see Angel up in here. Up in here. Okay, there's Text Chat. Hello, Text Chat. How are you, lovey? Good to see you. Darth again, and you as well, John G. Good to see you, gentlemen. And ladies, gentlemen, ladies, and whatever you are you're not, welcome. welcome to everything else in between as well. Oh, I'm here, Text Jen. I'm here, Text Jen. Hold on. If you got a question, type it into the chat, or just let me know if you have you just want a general read. All right, Lovey? An expert, good to see you. And Critty Jane, good to see you. Welcome. That's a cute name, by the way. I'm from Umbridge. Here I am. And Melissa. Melissa, how are you, Lovey? Mousy girl, how are you? I'm watching from the bushes. You know what, Mousy girl, you were in here the other night, and I think I forgot to ask you if you want a card or if you like had a question. But let me know if you do, okay? If I did forget you or something, I sincerely apologize. But I think you came in real late. In my defense, okay? So we're gonna go with that one. My grandma used to say that. Used to say what? I'm watching from the bushes. That's only slightly creepy. Only slightly. All right. Hold on. Where am I? Where am I, y'all? Hold on. Where am I? Yeah, thank you. Same to you. Very pretty at clumsy. Oh, your checks in the mail as well. Melissa, you're a dork. Okay, what? Hold on, where's this at? I'm almost caught up, y'all. Good luck, Clumsy Junior. Who's Clumsy Junior? Hold on, January 7th, no longer the date that must be named. What's January 7th? I'm confused. I feel like I skipped something. I admit to the lurking. I posted to the stream you and Tish are doing. I can't believe I couldn't get your image to pull up. You all is forgiven. And thank you. I appreciate that. You're sweetie. Oh, I say that too all the time. Or like I like to say too, like if I can't hear someone or if I'm not understanding, I'm like, what am I, deaf, dumb, and stupid? Yes, go ahead. I don't forget that many, Darth. Hush, hushy. Oh, it's the 7th. Oh, oh, that one went straight past me. Honestly, it did. It did. It did. It did. You know what? So this like light has like a few different like colors or features, but I'm starting to like this one, and I didn't think I would. So, but I think I might leave it on this one. I kind of like this light better. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Okay, so you guys all pretty much know the drill. If you're in here, again, thank you, appreciate you. If you did not send in a tip or a donation, or tips and donations comes first. Okay, pretty much I'll give those priority for readings. All right. If you can't send in a tip or donation, that's totally fine. But let me know in the chat that you do want a reading. And if you have a question, you can type it in. Or if you just want a general pool, like a general reading, that's fine as well. Just let me know in the chat that you do want a reading, okay? That way, when there's not a wait, and there's not right now, so everyone's good. But that way, in the future, if there's not a wait or anything, then I'll just get straight to them, all right? Ah! And then, hold on, I gotta pull up something real quick, y'all. So give me one sec. Yes, of course. Name it and what is it? Genie does as you wish. And before I move any further, hold on. Actually, no, I'm good with that. Hold on. Don't listen to me, y'all. I'm talking to myself and talking out loud at the same time. So apologies. Apologies here. Okay, clumsy. Oh man. Yeah, I just caught a peek of this. Okay. I'm going to Cash App you today. It's my mom's death day, and I'd like to know if the cards have a message from her. Yes, I love this. Just so y'all know, these are some of my favorite readings to do. I love, love, love them. I hope that doesn't sound weird, right? I love talking to your dead relatives. But no, I love doing messages like from passed on loved ones and stuff. So I think they're awesome. All right. So you haven't told me that, all right? Um I'm also gonna pull an extra card or two from, it's so funny that I pulled out this deck that's next to me. It's like an angel prayer, and it's like, a kind of guidance oracle slash angel deck, so it's perfect for that as well. So all right, I'm gonna stop blabbing, y'all. I'll let the cards talk. So, spirit angels and guides, please come through for a little mousy girl. Little mousy girl would like to know on today's day, which is the which is Mousy Girl's mom's death day. She'd like to know if her mom has a message for her on. Okay, I gotcha. So, any messages from Mousy Girl's mom? Okay, that came. That just. Aw. So already these are like really beautiful messages. So we have the Six of Cups, and this is the card of nostalgia. It's about memories, really sweet, beautiful memories. So it's almost as if she's coming through to say, that she realizes you're thinking of her today, and do something. Hold on, I hate it when it gets out of focus. There we go. And do something maybe special today to recognize those memories, or go through photo albums. Even write a letter to your mom. I'm saying that too because this Page of Swords right here. This often could be a card for writing. Okay. Um, so I don't know. I feel like that would be something special that you could do for your mom, or to kind of communicate with her. And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse, which I find interesting. Messages from your mom. Okay. Um, this one I feel right here. These two are a little bit twofold. So I feel like your mom is realizing that maybe perhaps you've been having a hard time making a choice about something recently. Because Two Swords is, coming up when there's a choice that we might not want to make, or that the options aren't that fantastic. However, when it shows up in reverse, it's like, okay, just hurry up and make a choice already. All right. But this coming through, I feel like, is your mom acknowledging maybe there's been some choices you've had to make either throughout your lifetime or recently, that haven't been easy to make. And if you're in a position right now to where you're kind of like not making a choice or need to make one, she's encouraging you that you don't have to worry that you're going to make the wrong choice. Whatever choice you make will be the right one. Okay. And then, having said that, I pulled this one out today, which I think is appropriate considering. So I'll pull you one of these two. These are really cute cards. All right. So prayer, angel messages. Spirit, please come through for little mousy girl. This little mousy girl's mom wish to come through in these cards as a message for little mousy girl. This is so interesting too. I kept having a picture, like I had a vision in my head of a mom sitting with a young child on a couch for some reason right now. That might, I don't even know what that means, but okay. So here is your angel prayer card that came through. It says Earth Angel. It says, thank you, angels, for inspiring me to be more like you. So I wonder if like there's a lot of aspects that you share with your mom, and this is just her kind of acknowledging that, all right? That she's acknowledging you. So there you go, my love. And thank you, little mousy girl. And no, not 3 questions for $3 because that would take forever. I do it like 369. So like you could do if you wanted, let's say, it's easier kind of do it to this way. 1 question for three. However, though, I do have some people like they'll have 1 question, but they want like a really detailed reading, so they'll do like a 6 card reading instead, or a 9 card reading instead, just for more info about that question. Okay, but generally, I like to keep it to 1 question, per three cards. Because if I was doing like what a question for each each dollar, so to speak, it would just take me forever. Yes, thank you, Darth. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Well, I love puppies. Who doesn't love puppies? Okay, I'll do that for you. Darth asking for stuff. The winds have changed. Yeah, he does really like that deck. Oh, what is different today? It might be the candles, the little stomp candles. Aww. And Jujubee, your ears were ringing. I was just thinking of you. Your grandma died today too, so wow, that's interesting. 21 years ago. Were you close with your grandma? And you're so very extra welcome. Yes, totally good. Agreed. Well said. Aww. She was. That's so sweet. Aww. Well, you know what? If you want a reading with some messages for her, let me know. I just got chills too. So if you want a reading with maybe some messages from your grandma, let me know. Okay? I do not mind at all. All right. So real quick before I forget, I'm gonna do text Jen reading. She'll be watching an instant replay, I believe. All right, Spirit Angels and Guides, can I please get a message for text Jen for today? Messages for text Jen. Okay. Anything else? Huh. All right, text Jen. Hold on. I gotta pull one more because I gotta find out what's going on here. Okay. Mm, okay. So we have the Queen of Cups reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is either your energy or another female. Okay. However, though, I'm on the fence with this one. Whose energy this is? I feel like it's someone else's, to be honest. So I feel like this is a female that's like maybe a little irresponsible, text gen, or like maybe takes things for granted. Um, a little bit of like an attitude-y. I said attitude-y. What a dork am I, huh? I'm all talking like a three. An attitude-y. However, though, this female, I feel like maybe the relationship you've had with her has been strained in the past, or you don't care for her all that much. However, this Eight of Wands is like she's kind of come back in the like come back around recently, or just what her presence is kind of a little bit more apparent than usual. Um, the Three of Swords reverse tells me you're still not quite over like whatever this person, and I'm saying she because I do feel female energy. However, it doesn't have to be whatever they did the last time, or just maybe past actions. So I feel like the message here is maybe try to avoid them if you don't want to be around them. That's like I feel like the biggest advice here. Okay, so there you go, my dear. Oh, Tex Jen, you're here. Oh, how awesome. See, I love you so much. Even when you're here or you're not here, I still make sure you got your reading. Whoop, whoop. I don't have super chat yet. I don't have super chat. Not until I get to 1,000 subscribers. However, though, if you look at the banner below and in the description, you'll see my Cash App and my PayPal. That's where you can send a donation to. Okay. If and when you do send one, first off, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Also, let me know in the chat for for how many. Like, is it for $3 reading, six, nine, whatever the case may be, and also type in your question as well. Aww. Oh, you guys are killing me today in the chat. Aw, that's so sweet. So stinking sweet. I really think my mom was playing jokes earlier. We have, hold on. We have the kids, one of those toy phones that play songs. It kept playing songs when no one was messing with it. Oh, it probably was her. More than likely, for sure. Let's see. Aw, I love you too, my dear. Team Ranch it, right? Aw, you guys got me all mushy tonight. You sweeties, all you sweeties. Seriously, I'm feeling the love. All right, so next after that, let me get to my Melissa. My Melissa. I like calling her my Melissa. My instead of like my or what is that like my Girona or something weird? What's that weird song from like the 80s? My Corona. My Girona. It sounds like a disease album. My Girona. All right. So, guys, I'm all over the lighting tonight. I know every now and then I get like really weird. I'm such a dork and a weirdo. I get it. Don't make fun of me, but I'll just get like little weird things that just irritate me. I'm like, it's driving me nuts. All right. So, Spirit, angels, and guides, can I please have a message, a card for Melissa? My Melissa. Messages for Melissa for today. Ooh, we have the Hierophant. Nice. We also have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is interesting. This is very interesting, considering this is like a very kind of like traditional card, this Hierophant. Kind of old school values. And then the Knight of Pentacles reverse kind of suggests going against that a little bit. And then we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So, okay. This is clear. This is clear now. So I feel as though you're definitely trying to manifesting. You've been working on manifesting something for a little bit now, okay? However, I feel as though maybe you're a little bit at odds with how you're doing it. Part of you is kind of sticking to what you already know, or like something more traditional or advice you've been given. However, the Knight of Pentacles reverse is telling me you kind of want to do something different. You kind of want to go maybe a little bit rebellious or outside the box. And I think that's a good idea. So there you go, my dear. Having said that, I think I know what my issue is. I think I want to change my deck. I changed my deck. Not my you know what, but my deck. And hello, Tammy. Welcome. Hold, please. I'm choosing colors. Come on, hold, please. There we go. That's fine. Okie dokie. and thank you. $9 reading related to G right now. Okay. Love reading. All right. Gotcha. Is G a new energy or no? I'm just curious. If you do not want to share, that's fine. I am curious though. And thank you, Anne. Appreciate you. All right, so Spirit, Angels, and Guides, please come through for Anne. Anne would like a love reading related to G right now. So what can you tell us about love and romance in regards to G? G and Anne. Anne would like to know what is going on in the romance department with G. Love reading. All right. Anything else, right? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got so far, my dear. So we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. We have the Two of Wands. Then we have the Daughter of Pentacles. Followed by the Five of Pentacles. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, followed by the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And then we got the World, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Father of Wands. Okay, so here's the thing. The energy here with this G person, it's kind of like I don't know if I'd go as far as saying you two are a good match, but we have cards such as like the Nine of Cups reverse. This could be someone who's just kind of wounded from old relationships, okay? But it's very like kind of like doesn't believe in anything whimsical, or like it's kind of like has no I would say they were a pessimist more than an optimist. That's the perfect way to put it. Now when it comes to romance, I feel as though you might not want to go there, okay? This is the biggest reason. This Wheel of Fortune reverse, and then that Six of Pentacles reverse right here, okay? It indicates to me someone who might have a tendency to be selfish, okay? And yeah, I'm definitely vibing that this person has a tendency to be selfish, or they have been recently. Whereas I feel like you're kind of putting out a little bit more positive energy. Also, I feel like this person doesn't socialize well with like either your friends, or you don't socialize with their friends well. There's something going on there with either friends or coworkers, because we got a lot of pentacles going through here. We have that 5, we have that 3. Then we have the World down over through the Father of Wands. So I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say like it's a horrible love reading. However, though, that's what I will say is that I'm vibing like this person's just kind of like has selfish tendencies right now. And they're really kind of into themselves. With this Father Wants to, they're kind of on to like certain projects and stuff of that nature. However, but yeah, I just feel like they're kind of selfish. The vibe is just feeling like it's not ready necessarily right now for a relationship, but that could change. And having said that, though, I do want to say that this energy, like this card reading for this person, I don't feel like there's anything like major here. Okay. So if it's something you two could maybe get through, or that, you're willing to look past, or, maybe you get to know each other a little better first before you go on a date, that I would encourage as well. So there you go, my dear. And thank you again for your very kind donation / tip. Appreciate you. Hello, Memento Mori. Welcome. Well, what happened? Yes, of course you can change your question. Is that the question you want? And I don't want to say your name wrong. Demaria Shaw? Can I say JS? I'm going to say JS because I do not like ruining people's names. So, and thank you, Elisa. I will be with you momentarily, okay? And thank you, appreciate that. Yes, okay. Just making sure. All right. So, what's coming to me soon in 2023? Okay, let's see. Good question. First of the year readings are always fun and interesting. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the first part. What's coming to JS soon in the year 2023 this year? What can I look forward to in the year 2023? All right, what else? JS look forward to in 2023. What is going on in 2023 for this person? Thank you. Anything else? All right, we got them. And thank you again, JS, for that donation / tip. Appreciate you. Oh, so we have the devil. Interesting. We're going to see the other cards first, and then we'll go from there to kind of see what we got. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. The 8 of Pentacles. The Star. Oh, Star's a good card to have in here. And then we also have the 5 of Cups. Okay. So for UJS, I feel as though let's start with, starting out this year. I feel okay. So with this Devil and 5 of Cups, this is telling me or making me feel as though I've been dealing with a loss or I've been grieving. Okay. However, I don't know if you've been suppressing that grief. Okay. Meaning, and I say that because of the devil, because devils oftentimes, not just bad habits and stuff like that, but it's things that we can suppress as well that we're holding on to. And with this 5 of Cups, I almost feel as though either you're holding on too much to grief that has happened, like you're not releasing that grief from you, or that you haven't been able to actually kind of go through the motions and feel that grief, okay? So it's important to do so either way. And then we move, past the very beginning of this year. We come now towards, let's say, the next 2 months or so, next 2 to 3 months. Then the energy gets really interesting. So we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is suggesting to me you're going to be reaching out or you're going to start, asking for help when you need it. But also I feel as though this could indicate someone's coming to you. I feel that deeply with the Star. This could be like a new love interest. This could be a friend that you've had for a while. Maybe even like a new boss if you're looking for a new career. Within the next like 30 days, 30 to 60 days, this would be a good time for that, okay? Because the Star often comes around too when we've been having issues or struggles in the past, all right? Then we go the next 2 to 3 months here, and there's a little bit of like tick for tack here because we got the 10 of Pentacles reversed, but then we have the 8 of Pentacles. So you could even take this as a forewarning a little bit, okay? Be cautious of any activities like gambling, or anything like that. Okay, I'll give you that little forewarning. However, I don't feel like that's going to be the issue here with you because I see you working really, really hard within the next 2 months. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles is really perfecting your craft and doing actually really well. However, that might not be reflected financially right off the bat. So give it time. All right. So there you go, my dear, and thank you again. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? And thank you, Eliza. Eliza. I think it's Eliza. Alyssa? It's Alyssa. I'm a dum-dum, huh? Okay. One question on PayPal. Let me grab it, okay, my dear? OMG, I'm all talking on mute. Type your question into chat. Oh, here's your question. I found it. There we go. And hello, Angel. Good to see you. All right. Will F and I reconnect and restart things at some point? The connection was so amazing and soul based. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see what's going on there. All right. Spirit angels and guides. Lisa would like to know, will F and then reconnect and restart things at some point? There's going to be a reconnection with F at some point. Reconnection with F. All right, what else? Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups in reverse, Justice in reverse, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. So I do think there is a good chance that it could happen. However, I don't see it happening like anytime soon. All right, but there's still, with this Three of Pentacles coming through, it is suggesting that it could happen, but probably not as soon as you might hope. All right, so there you go, my dear. And thank you for waiting patiently. And thank you for your donation/tip. Appreciate you. Hold up. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Where did it go? And so what's coming to me in love? All right, let's see. All right, Spirit angels and guides, please come through for Anne. Anne would like to know what's coming to Anne in love. What's coming next in love for Anne? All right, what's coming next for Anne? Okay. Let's see what we got. So we have Six of Swords, Ten of Cups, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon, the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Devil in reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so this is interesting. I feel as though, okay, so what's coming next in love? I think you're going to hit kind of like a up and down spell for a little bit, like for another month or so. However, though, after you kind of get past this, there's forward movement coming. We got that Six of Swords, and it feels as though you're ready for that. The Devil reverse, and then the Moon. In your subconscious, you're also ready to kind of move forward in that direction of a relationship. And What's interesting here is I'm almost seeing like you're gonna be introduced because this is a victory card right here. Okay, the Six of Swords or Six of Wands, excuse me. It almost feels like you're gonna be introduced either to someone through work or through family, because family's coming through real strong here too, because we got that Ten of Cups and Four of Wands, but we also got the Pentacles coming through. But I'm really really vibing towards maybe a family member is going to introduce you to someone, or you'll be like at a family event or with someone who's a family member or like family. If not family though, I definitely feel like it might be coworkers. All right, that you will kind of be introduced to someone pretty soon. Like I said, it's gonna. I would say like at least within the next 30 days, maybe a little longer. Um, However, though, yeah, keep an eye out. So there you go, my dear. And Memento Mori. If you would like a reading, let me know as well. I don't know if I asked you that, but let me know in the chats. I want to give a tiny high five. High five! Hold on. High five! Whoop! There you go. This is a big high five. Oh yeah, you know what? You and Darth are like on the level with these prism cards right now. I'm telling you. You still have like 4 more from earlier, okay? Steven, so don't worry about that, all right? Just FYI. Hold on, where did I put those cards? I'm about to get yelled at if I don't find them. I just had them. I just had them here. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Oh, it's right on my face. All right, so I got the prism cards out, buddy. My lovey Steven. And let me know your question with them and for them. Okay, my dear? Seriously, that's what I was just saying. I'm like, look at you little buggers. I kind of, you know what, when you were talking about him earlier too, Darth, we were chatting a little bit earlier and you were saying something about those cards. I totally forgot that Steven likes them as well. All right. I got the little tiny deck too, just in case. That way I got room for both of them on here. You're babysitting, Angel? Who are you babysitting? Hi, Angel. How are you, my love? You're such a sweetheart. Oh, how cute. And you're welcome. You guys are so silly. You guys are really staking silly here. Okay, hold on. Let me. They sure do. Thank you. Good eye. Good eye. What's Nazir's secret about? Ooh, okay. Let's see. Spirit angel guys, please come through. What is Nazir's secret about? What is Nazir's secret about? Huh, okay. So, we got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the King of Pentacles, but in reverse. Then we also got the Five of Swords. Hold on, how many cards is this one? Is this 3 or 6? Hold, please. Okay, I don't see how many you did it for. Hold up. Come here, blurry camera. Refocus. Focus, focus. There we go. 3. Okay, gotcha. Just making sure. So, what is their secret about? It almost feels like they're rebelling against somebody. This could be like a parent. This could also be like a boss. This King of Pentacles reverse it totally. So I almost feel like they're taking from a boss or from a parent perhaps. However, though, the Five of Swords tells me a little bit more because this is kind of like a duel till the end. No, I would say this is a duel. Or meaning, like, I feel as though both parties are kind of at fault here for this dynamic between the two of them. Meaning, Nazir might be in a situation. However, part of that bad position is because he put himself there with some of the choices that they have made. Okay. But yeah, I feel as though it has something to do either with like I said, like a parent, grandparent, somebody like that, or a boss. Okay. So there you go, my dear. You sure are. I need to get you something, huh? I need to get you something. I like giving presents. Presents are fun. Okay, hold up. Hold up. All right, let's see. Let's see. I don't know. Actually, 3 cards might be okay on that one. Let's see. Spirit, angels, and guides, please come through for Stephen. Stephen would like to know, how does David feel about Leo tonight? Is Leo still there, by the way? Is he? Spirit, angels, and guides, please come through for Stephen. Stephen would like to know, how does David feel about Leo tonight? Okay. Not bad. So we have rest, happiness, and peace. So I am wondering if Leo is like currently sleeping right now or something. I am curious. But yeah, good, peaceful energy. And like I said, I am curious if he's sleeping because this rest is, obviously, getting good rest. So good energy, peaceful energy, good. So there you go, my dear. Doggy, they look like fine cards. Yes, they are, dear sir. They are fine cards indeed. I promise you this. Oh, he left? Okay. Let's see what you did there. Oh, I know you like the bunnies. Yeah, they are bun bun cards. I like that you call them bun buns. That is true. That is true. So, Memento Mori. I don't know if you asked for a reading, but you're getting one. Come on down. You're the next contestant. All right. Spirit angels and guides through for a message for Memento Mori. Message for Memento Mori, please. All right. What else? All right. So we got, man, you got a lot of air energy. So we have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands in reverse. Then we have the King of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So I almost feel like you're feeling responsible for like maybe where things are like currently, either like with your family or your current like living situation. Perhaps things aren't like quite what you want them to be or where you want them to be. However, though, I still see you as with this King of Swords energy coming through. I still see you as someone who's coming off as a good leader, someone who communicates well. Um, and the message really here is kind of just stick with whatever endeavors you're going through right now and move past them, I would say. Yeah. So there you go, my dear. And then, hold on. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? How does David feel about me tonight, Prism? Okay, you got it. I kept about just in case. Spirit angels and guides, please come through for Stephen. Stephen would like to know about how is David feeling towards Stephen tonight? Let's see. Stephen tonight. So I wonder if he was like missing you earlier. I don't know if he went to work today. So we have some sadness going on. Y'all look at that cute, sad little cloud. Sadness. I wonder if like he missed you or something. And then we have consciousness. Okay, meaning you were definitely on his mind a lot today. And then we have abundance. So, you know, we can equate that to positivity and happiness. So maybe in the beginning of the day, like, you know, I don't know, you didn't toast his buns or something correctly. But he seemed to still have gotten over it, whatever it was. So, hey. Yeah, I wonder if he just kind of just missed you being around, though, today, love. But yeah, you were definitely in his thoughts a lot. So, there you go, my dear. It is the year of the rabbit. I was born the year of the tiger. Oh, that's funny. Well, you're welcome anyway. And is the next person I'll be in a relationship with is my crush or a new person? Oh, great question. Very good question. All right. Spirit, angels, and guides, please come through for Anne. Anne would like to know if the next person she's going to be in a relationship with is going to be a new person or somebody that they know. Will Anne know the next person she's in a romantic relationship with, or will they be new to her? Will this be a new person or someone Anne knows? New person or someone you know? New person or someone you know? So you got two different energies that are showing up as like possible next relationships. Okay. Um, so we have, you don't have to pay too much mind to these. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the King of Swords in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles, I feel as though this person is gonna be the new person, and they might be slightly younger or around the same age as you. Okay, if that's not the case, they might just kind of have a younger look or like a younger spirit about them. And then the other one that you do know, or that you've at least been acquainted with, this person you have met or you have been acquainted with, I sense that they're a little bit older than you. Okay, so there's two different ones coming through as possible relationships. And if I had to, tell you which one I think is probably the best fit, it would be this new person coming in. Okay. However, though, you got to make that choice. Power choice, right? So there you go, my love. And thank you again for your very kind donation/tip. I'm loving these side conversations. Ain't no fun when the rabbits can't have none. It ain't no fun. 20 minutes to what? And you're welcome. Of course you do. What are you talking about? I know I'm 5 minutes behind, but hold on. Darth, are you ready for your prism reading? Let me know. Let me know if you have let me know what the question is in regards to those cards. So do you like want to know your feelings, another's feelings? You gotta give me some direction there, lovey. And John, would you like a reading? Let me know. Did you? Melissa, you saw that I read your cards already, right? I'm just making sure that you know that I read them for you. I think my mom was born of the year of the rat as well. No. You guys are hilarious in here. Okay, was David disappointed that I didn't hang out with them today? Okay, let's see. All right. Spirit, angels, and guides, please come through for Stephen. Stephen would like to know if David was disappointed that Stephen didn't hang out with them today. So was David disappointed that Stephen didn't hang out with him today on video? Was he disappointed they didn't get to hang out? Star, what else? So we have the Star. So we got the Star, We got the Star Bonbon. Then we got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Swords. So I feel like he was a little bit bummed. You know, this Ten of Pentacles is kind of like, you know, when you're kind of feeling not that great, like within your little family dynamic or within the home. However, though, the star suggests that he got over it. It was fine. Page of Swords as well. So all was good. So he might have felt a little bit kind of sourpuss earlier. However, though, he still like had a good day. So there you go, my dear. I'm 1986. Oh, wait, you guys probably ain't even talking to me. What a dork, huh? Graphic medicine today. Okay. And you want the prism cards for this one, Darth? Because you got to remember this, the prism is like all like emotional type cards. So I'm just double checking. And Angel, I will get to him momentarily. All right, my lovey. Thank you. You're not answering me, Darth. Answer. Yes. Okay. So let's see what is going on there. All right. So Darth would like to see some input, some insight. Spirit angels and guides, please come through for this reading for Darth. For some insight about a special person, the person he is thinking of, that he's at an impasse with right now. Where do the cards see it going if they both keep it up? All right. So what do we see happening if they both keep it up? Okay. All right. And okay. Hold on. So we have abundance. So we're starting off nice. And then we have peace. And then we have disruption. Hold on. There we go. Finally. And then we have disruption. Okay, so this indicates abundance and peace. So things will go well, but it will be disrupted after a certain time. Disruption will come. So there you go, my love. Well, I say disruption will come. That's not guaranteed. Okay, so I mean, just remember this is my read on the cards and yada, 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 yada. Take what resonates. You didn't see it? Aw. And Angel, I'm about to pull yours up right now. Let me do Stevens real quick. Because I still owed my Steven this one. Okay, Steven, how does Leo feel about me tonight? Prism. All right. Spirit angels and guides, please come through for Steven. Steven would like to know how is Leo currently feeling towards Steven? How is Leo currently feeling towards Steven? How's Leo feeling towards Steven? Okay. Okay. Anything else? All right. I'm a little impressed by him. There's nothing negative coming through. So we have illumination, we have surrender, and we also have space. So I gotta be honest. Again, I really feel like this dude is there's a sense, especially with the surrender card, like he's kind of given up the power trip a little bit. Space also is telling me that he's I would say that's more like him not making a move too fast either way, and he's giving maybe you space at this time, or giving space for things to sink in, or for you to maybe be open to some positive, relationship with him. So there you go, my love. Now, Angel, I'm going to pull yours up, my dear. Your first question is so cute. It's so cute, Angel. Very cute question. I love it. Okay. So, spirit angels and guides, please come through for Angel. Angel would like to know, how is Angel's grandson feeling towards Angel tonight? How old is your grandson again? How is Angel's grandson feeling towards his grandma Angel tonight? How is Angel's grandson feeling towards her tonight? All right, what else? Anything else? All right, let's see what we got so far. He's 10. Aw. Okay. So we have Judgment. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Queen of Cups. The 9 of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords. And then also we also have the Knight of Swords, okay? So this energy, and I think I said the Ace of Swords already. I think you see it up there. Okay. So how's your grandson feeling towards you? First off, they have so much respect for you, and they see you as such a nurturer, the Queen of Cups, okay? They see you as someone very nurturing, very intuitive. And this is something you may not know about how your grandson feels about you. So we have the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. This person, your grandson, sees you as finds you extremely intelligent, and they feel as though you can, really communicate well with almost anybody you meet, and they admire that about you. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Swords. I feel as though you kind of inspire them to beat to their own drum and to pursue their own truth. Also here, I feel like this is kind of, probably his age type thing. The 5 of Swords reverse, the Knight of Swords, five and 9 of Swords in reverse, which if I'm going to see these cards, I'd rather see them this way. Kind of indicates to me maybe at times he may be a little bit stubborn. However, though, I feel as though this person, the grandson, your grandson is really grateful for the things that you help him get through in his everyday life, or perhaps when he has issues. Hopefully he does come to you. I feel like he probably does come to you when he has problems with that Queen of Cups energy, okay? So there you go. I'd say your grandson likes you. That's a thumbs up, my dear. Such a cute question, though. I love that. All right, let me get to your next one. Let's see. How's Francis doing right now? Okay. All right. Your spirit angels and guides, please come through. For Angel. Angel would like to know, how is good old Francis doing tonight? How's Francis doing? How is Francis doing tonight? One of these days, you need to bring Francis out here, up on in our chat and stuff. We know so. I feel like we all know so much about Francis, and we never get to say hello to him. Spirit angels and guides. How is Francis doing? All right, so let's see what we got so far. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I swear it only does it like when I see it. It does it on purpose. These things could drive me nuts. I can't stand it when it does it. There we go. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles. All right. We also have the Lovers, but in reverse. We have the Six of Wands, the Page of Wands, and then we have Happy Squirrel. Happy Squirrel. So I am curious if So I feel as though the beginning of his day maybe wasn't all that fantastic. I don't know if he was working. The Lovers reverse either suggests to me maybe he didn't get to speak with you, talk to you, or he could have also kind of been argumentative with a coworker or with the boss. Even we got to remember the Lovers isn't always just romantic interests. A lot of times it can be friends, coworkers, etc. However, though, his energy seems a lot better right now. We have the Six of Wands, meaning he's looking forward, hopefully, to a victory. Page of Wands. I feel like good news is still coming towards him and towards you. So this good energy is coming straight through, okay? So now for your next question. All right, Spirit Angels and Guides, please come through for Angel. Angel would like to know, how is Francis feeling towards Angel right now? How does he feel about Angel tonight? How does Francis feel towards Angel tonight? How is Francis feeling towards Angel tonight? All right. Let's see what we got. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, Ten of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, the King of Cups, Temperance, and the 10 of Wands. So I feel like he's definitely feeling really empathetic towards you right now. Especially here, we got the Temperance, 10 of Wands, and then we have the King of Cups, too, nice and strong, right through the center. I feel as though he really wants to be there for you right now. He really wants to comfort you. He really wants you to feel better about the current situation that you two are going through. So know that he wants to be with you. And the 10 of Cups, he's really like, he's trying to have hopeful, good energy and thoughts about seeing you soon. So I would say, also, like I said, though, with the 10 of Wands, it really makes me feel as though he's empathizing with you in the way that he knows that it's been like a burden, all these things that have kind of set you guys back recently. But he wants you to know that, like, everything's going to be okay. He's got this, and y'all are going to be good. So there you go, my angel. And thank you again for your very kind donation / tip. Appreciate you. You know what? I just figured out you're talking about this tiny hand, huh? You guys are talking about my little palm hand. I'm like losing. I really am. I'm like delayed reaction tonight all of a sudden. You guys want a high five? Is this the tiny hand y'all have been talking about? Is this the hand? Is this it? High five. He keeps the cool little gangster thimble on his pinky. Instead of like a pinky ring, he has a pinky thimble. Everything's bugging me tonight. Hold on, there's like a big glare. It's driving me nuts. Hold on, move this one. That could be it. Could not be it. We'll see. All right. So, hold on, where are we at? Are you not focused now? There we go. Thank you. Thank you, camera. And you're very welcome, my love. Aw, I doubt you do poorly at that. Hold on with that hand. Easy, 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 easy there. Talk to the hand, because my face ain't listening. Okay. So while I have y'all here, the tiny hand was keeping a secret. You guys are donk. I know I wasn't focused at all. It's driving me crazy. Palm reading map. I love how you worded that. That's very true. All right. John D., you never told me if you had a question, so I'm going to pull you just a general reading, okay? Hopefully that's okay with you. I have 3 questions. How are you feeling today? It's cold this time of year. Oh, I like being cold. I like being cold. And I'm good. I just like spaced out a little bit all of a sudden. It came up out of nowhere. It's that Mercury retrograde, but I'm good. Thank you for asking me. And are you keeping warm and well fed? Are you being nice to yourself? I have been keeping warm. I did eat a little bit today. And are you being nice to yourself? Yes, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Look at Darth. Those are tarot questions. All mad. I love it. All right, so speaking of tarot questions, let's roll to it. So, spirit, angels, and guides, please come through for a reading for John D. Messages for John D. A message for John D today. What does John D need to know? Okay. Look at you. Already got my favorite tarot card in there. All right. So we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And then we got the Seven of Wands, which is, like, I think I was talking about this last night, my favorite tarot card in the minor. So, okay, here's the deal. I don't know if you are currently working or working on something. However, I feel like maybe you went through like a stint, a little bit of like some laziness or something like that. So now it's like, okay, time to get back rolling. So if at first you don't succeed, the Seven of Wands is coming through again. Like I said, it's the underdog kind of card. So don't be worried about keeping things balanced. Work on it, of course. However, I feel like the message here is whatever you're working on or trying to accomplish or move forward from, just keep going every day. Just keep doing it. Keep going. Okay? So there you go, my dear. Expert, did I give you a reading? I can't even remember. Did I give Expert a reading, Darth? Do you know, Lovey? Do you remember? I don't know where I put my head. You're welcome. Hold on, y'all want to name the hand? You guys need to give you guys want to give the hand a name? You guys can name her or it. Just don't name it something like Handy or something, like nothing real obvious, okay? We should name him Mark Twain. Remember I was telling you how much Mark Twain like really, really was into getting his palm read? Like this was totally enthralled with it. And okay, I will. And lovely Kay, how are you, my dear? Good to see you. Welcome. Oh yes, I will be on that. Thank you so much for remembering that, GGB. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, GGB, you're the beasties. Who's the only one on your list, Lovey? Is it Expert? Him and lovely Kay, who just got here. Okay. And thank you, lovely Kay. Appreciate you. Lovely Kay, go ahead and type in your question whenever you are ready. All right, love? All right, having said that, till I get that, I'm going to go ahead and pull cards for expert real quick. All right, spirit angels and guides, please come through for expert. May I please have a reading for expert? What is coming up for expert in the next few days? Messages for expert right now. All right. You had a lot of cards sneak in there. So you have the Nine of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So I almost feel like there's some new energy here. So Knight of Cups, you're being optimistic right now, which is good. Wheel of Fortune, keep doing that. With this Knight of Pentacles, going with that Page of Swords, I feel as though maybe there's something new starting or that you're creating or working on, perhaps even like on your channel, on your Discord, anything like that. And there's like this new energy forming, okay? The Knight of Wands still kind of shows you like, this is like the little warrior, like, huh, what's coming next? You're a little bit apprehensive or you want things done a certain way. I feel as though it is okay to let your guard down a little bit, and kind of let things fall where they may. Also, keep making wishes because this is the wish card. I love the Nine of Cups. It literally is the wish card. So stay optimistic and just be encouraged that you're doing well with what you're kind of currently working on or that's in your line of sight, I would say. Do not name my hand Beyonce. You're tripping, Darth. OMG. And thank you, lovely Kay. Again, I really appreciate you. And give me one sec. All right, so would like to know how is Mike feeling after seeing me tonight. All right, let's see how Mike is feeling. All right, spirit angels and guides, please come through for lovely Kay. Would like to know how is Mike feeling towards lovely Kay after seeing lovely Kay tonight. What are those feelings going on with Mike towards lovely? I'm assuming this is love interest. Is this current love interest or an ex or dating? I'm trying. Okay, what else? Okay, and one more. All right. So we have judgment, We have the Page of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands, very nice. The Magician. The Eight of Cups. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I feel as though this person actually is really receptive to you. And I feel like you inspire them quite a bit. Okay, I feel that deeply with this Magician, with the Ace of Wands coming through. Death through the center is a little like my eyebrow goes up a little bit. I am curious about this energy because I feel so maybe they've just walked away from a relationship. So I'm curious, like if this is maybe someone you are on and off again with, or if they just currently got out of a relationship, or if this is a new relationship. However, the energy is good towards you. The Nine of Wands does suggest they could be a little bit defensive at times. However, I kind of feel as though that's part of their personality, and they'll kind of soften up after time. Okay. But all in all, really good energy towards you. All right, lovely Queso. There you go, my dear. I gotta step away real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, give me 1 second. And you're welcome. And Kate, good to see you. All right. Did I do the right thing by keeping to myself today, or did I harsh the vibe? Let's see. Spirit angels and guides. Please come through for Stephen. Stephen would like to know, was he good by keeping him to himself today, or did he mess up the vibe in some way, or harsh the vibe? Did Stephen mess up the vibe today, or harsh the vibe, or was it all good? All right. What else? I feel like this is more you feeling that way. Okay, so we have Three of Wands, and this is a card of manifestation, but also it's positive. It's getting along. Tower reverse, and then we have the Temperance reverse. And Temperance reverse is like when you're out of whack, you're kind of not. What I would say with Temperance reverse is kind of like not listening to your intuition, or not kind of actually more than intuition. I'd even say kind of not listening to your common logic as well a little bit here. Okay, so I feel like this is really mostly you feeling this way. I really don't feel. Yeah, I don't feel like you messed up the vibe. However, though, I will say this. I see that you were to yourself today. Okay, the Hermit reverse. I don't believe that messed it up, though. No, I think you're fine. You're good. So, there you go, my lovey. Hold on, who are we betting on? Oh, wait, I'm like, hold on, wait, what? Aw. And okay, gotcha. So that Eight of Cups that I saw, then, lovely Kate, this is how I would describe that. I feel as though that person he's wanting to move away from that relationship. He might even be taking steps towards that. Okay, don't don't take that to mean though that they're leaving that person or something. However, though it does, I sense it going that way. All right. What will the weekend be like? All right, let's see. Let's take a peek. Spirit, angels, and guides, please come through. For Stephen. Stephen would like to know, how will the weekend go? How is the weekend going to be going over there at Stephen's? How will the weekend be for Stephen? How is the weekend going to be for Stephen? How's the weekend going to be for Stephen? All right. So we have the King of Swords in reverse. We have the Hanged Bunny, the Hanged Bun Bun. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like the beginning of the weekend, there could be a little bit of frustration here with the King of Swords in reverse. Maybe coming off, maybe someone around you is coming off a certain way that's kind of like bitchy or like a little bit hostile, kind of angry. However, though, I feel like that starts to change once we get through Saturday to Sunday. Hanged Bunny kind of indicates that you might be feeling a little bit bored or kind of stuck in one spot. However, though, I feel like to the end of the weekend, once we get to Sunday, all is going to be very, very positive in the home. So there you go, my lovey. Oh, where are we at? You guys, if I finish readings semi-early, I think there's a new one of those scary, interesting things that got posted. I'll look, but we'll see. We can watch it together if y'all want. Okay, what's going on here? I'm not going to chat anymore. I mean, don't keep saying what I'm going to 1 second before I say it. I'm so confused. Is this are y'all getting along? Just let me know yes or no. Just so I know. Darth is wise. Well, speaking of that, though, Stephen, I was telling everyone in the chat last night about how I'm going to start doing like a regular, maybe like once a week thing to bring people in for like beginners to tarot or people who just want to learn about tarot and kind of open it up like a panel even. So, but that's in the works, I think. The scary deal was cool. Okay, so you guys want to see another? You guys want to see another one then with me? Well, I think I have a few more questions with Steven. What will the weekend be like with David and I for some cards? All right, you got it. All right, spirit, angels, and guides, please come through. Or Steven. Steven would like to know, what will the weekend be like between David and Steven? What will the weekend be like between David and Steven? All right, what else? You have a man down card. All right, so we got disruption. I believe you have ghost. And then you have anxiety. Okay, so I feel like he might like go somewhere or something, and it might like give you some anxiety this weekend. I'm like, yeah, this ghost is like ghosting, literally, kind of anxiety and disruption. So I feel like maybe he might kind of go off for a day. I'm not sure which day, probably Saturday, I guess I would assume. However, it's going to cause you a little bit of anxiety. All right, so don't shoot the messenger on this one, okay? However, though, he might not. If he does choose to go out, though, I'm sure you'll be good. You get to hang out and talk to me. He's like, wah, just kidding. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, thank you, expert. It was so sweet of her to invite me on there too. I'm excited. right. Oh, Cake. Well, hold on. I do have Cake. Did you have a question or want a reading real quick? And then Juju, let me pull you a card or two for today. See what's going on with you. Spirit angels and guides, please come through for Juju. Any messages for Juju today? What to expect tomorrow? Anything new? Messages for Juju. Oh, I should just leave it at that one. Hold on, let's pull one more though. Got the sun. You got, wow, very nice. So we have the sun and the 6 of Wands. Very nice indeed. So this is victory and recognition for hard work. So yay, double thumbs up. You can't beat that. So there you go, lovey. I did experts reading. Were you not here for it, silly? Oh, Cake. Oh, Cake. You know what, Cake? I'm going to give you an angel card. Cake. So let's see. Spirit, angels, and guides, please come through. May I have an angel prayer card for... This is an oracle card. It's a little bit of a different messaging, okay? Oh, yours flew up at me. Oh, so you got Archangel... Is that Raguel? That promotes peace and harmony. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. So that's the Archangel presence that's around you that you're needing right now, etc. And then you also got express your creativity. Thank you, angels, for helping me to express my inner creator. Very cute. There you go, Cake. And don't apologize. You're fine. He was eating a Pop-Tart. You guys are funny. Okay. Hold on. Steven, do you have any more questions? We're gonna watch. So I got everyone up in the chat like watching this show with me that I like, and I think there's a new one that posted or one that I haven't seen. I was gonna share before I end stream. So if you have any more questions, let me know. Okay, my dearie. Pop-Tart. You guys are such guys. Pop-Tarts. Oh, you're very welcome. All right. Okay. Got you. All right, guys. So we're going to watch that new one, okay? I'll give... Darth has been hitting it really good with the links and stuff, so... It's called Scary Interesting. But hold on, let me pull up my stuff. BRB, y'all. All right. Everyone give me a thumbs up if everybody can hear me. If anyone is just getting into the chat, we are finished up with readings. However, if you have like an emergency or something, I may do one after um, this vid because we're all catching up in here on this new show or this new I guess you call it a show. I've been watching on our channel. I've been watching on YouTube. You guys, so this is scary interesting. I think that Darth already threw it in the chat. So um go to his channel, sub. He's really cool and I like his videos. He's got a good voice. And these are always like really interesting kind of stories. Okay, thumbs up. All right, we're good. I'm about to put it on. So let me know if everyone can hear okay as well. So
to another collection of horrible fates. In today's final story, I'm going to play a short video that is one of the most distressing things that I have ever covered on this channel. It's not graphic or anything like that, but immediately upon seeing it, you will understand exactly what I mean. As such, viewer discretion is strongly advised. When you're in bear country, there are a few rules that are absolutely crucial to follow to be safe. This depends a little bit on the types of bears you might see, but for the most part, the principles are the same. Generally, you're simply best avoiding encounters if possible. To do this, the advice always given is to make your presence known, not to smell strongly of food, and to be sure you're not surprising any bears. Now, unless you're just doing a short hike, you will almost always have some food with you, especially if you're camping. So the recommendation when camping is to keep and cook your food and garbage away from your campsite. But if this is a remote campsite or one without any, you're supposed to hang your food from a tree away from your campsite and high enough for a bear not to be able to reach it. Just keeping away from the site isn't always helpful because if the bear gets a hold of it, then it's more likely to stick around or to return to look for more. And you should do all of this because the last thing you want is a massive grizzly walking around outside of your tent in the middle of the night. In July of 2021, 65-year-old retired nurse Leia was completing the legendary Great Scenic Divide mountain biking route. As a native of Southern California, Leia loved to surf and horseback ride, but her favorite hobby was biking. She had biked all of her adult life, but once she retired, she had way more time to do all sorts of extended trips and even some competitions. In fact, in 2015, she won the Mammoth Enduro Championship in the women's 60 and over category. She was just in phenomenal shape, and so one of her next...
Okay, so I think you guys see my message down there. Don't surprise bears. Bears seem like they're kind of assholes sometimes. Like you don't want to catch them on the wrong day or something. I mean, I think they're beautiful creatures. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I already know where this story might be headed on this one. Ooh. Who's Princess Skywalker? Oh, gotcha. You would.
Her next big project was this 2,700-mile bike route that runs all the way from the Canadian Rockies in Alberta to the Mexican border. Along the way, bikers gain and lose over 200,000 feet of elevation, and the route generally takes between 6 and 10 weeks. And Leia was doing this all at the age of 65. About
Holy
8
shit,
days
she
into
was
this trip,
65?
Leia had already
I just
traveled
caught
500
that.
miles through the gorgeous Rockies, along dirt and gravel pathways, through the forests and by a lake.
I just caught that she was 65. Wow.
Sometimes she was completely off-grid, and other times she was biking through little mountain towns. But either way, she was loving it. She even messaged one of her friends that this was the happiest she'd ever been. On that 8th day, on July 6th, she stopped in one of these little mountain towns called Ovanda in Montana. In this entire town, there are just 4 streets, 1 school, 1 post office, and lots of mountains to look at on either side as you drive through. At the corner of the main street in Ovando is a small camp.
You've eaten them? They are good to eat. Man, yeah, they're dangerous. Well, I would assume they would be dangerous. Hunted them in Pennsylvania. They're good to eat. What do they taste like? If you could compare it to something, I'm just curious.
Small camping spot right behind the town museum, which is where Leia and 2 of her friends, Kim and Joe, decide to camp for the night. So after a long day of riding, they got their tents set up about 20 feet from one another and then got into bed early. But for whatever reason, maybe they figured it wouldn't be an issue because they were in the middle of town, they didn't store their food away from their tents. And unfortunately as well, Montana has by far the most grizzly bears anywhere in the US other than Alaska.
That
So at
doesn't
3
surprise
a.m.,
me.
as everyone was fast asleep, Leia was woken up by the deep huff of a grizzly just a few feet from her head. Immediately, she started yelling that there was a bear, waking up Kim and Joe, who quickly sprung into action. Joe grabbed their bear spray and started yelling and making noise, and basically, as they got out of the tent, the bear sort of sauntered off into the field across the street.
Interesting.
This obviously freaked everyone out, so they all grabbed the food that they had left in their tents and moved it into a small building beside the
Aww.
museum, about 30 feet from
Right?
their camping spot. Kim and Joe asked Leia if she'd prefer to stay in a motel, but she declined and opted instead to take some bear spray into her tent with her. Then, once they'd all settled down and gotten back into their tents, they fell back asleep. About 45 minutes later, Joe was woken up to intense rustling coming from Leia's tent, but no noise or yelling from Leia, and he knew right away that she was being attacked by a bear.
No
He started
noise?
screaming that the bear was back and ripped open the tent zipper, roaring and spraying his bear
Did he say no noise at first? That's odd, right?
spray, and right behind him, Kim was loudly blowing her whistle. From their tent, 20 feet away from Leia's, all they could see was the large silhouette of a bear bouncing up and down on Leia and her tent. And Leia wasn't making any noise despite the attack.
Oh no.
Now, in the case of specifically a grizzly bear attack, the advice often given is to play dead to try to make the grizzly lose interest. So from Joe and Kim's perspective, Leia might have been quiet on purpose.
Oh.
Then as they got closer, the bear looked at Joe, turned its head, and then ran off back into the field. Then as they approached Leia's tent, they could see that it had been completely flattened on one side, and Leia had been dragged about 10 feet or so and was lying lifelessly on the ground. Her body was still in the sleeping bag, and she had severe cuts and bite marks all over her head, neck, and back. And tragically, in just those few moments, the over 400-pound grizzly had attacked her so violently that it had severed her spine at her neck. This, unfortunately, killed her instantly. Emergency services quickly got there and did their best to revive her, but unfortunately, the damage was too severe, and Leia never woke up. After searching the tents and campground, they found 2 small bags of dried blueberries that Leia had forgotten inside. And 10 feet from their campground, in the saddlebags on her bike, leaned up against the museum wall, there was a bunch more food and snacks. Since the 70s, grizzly bears have been a protected species because of how small their population had become.
Is it like because of the blueberries, you guys? Is that why the bear went in there? I don't get the blueberry thing. It's because of the food, right? That the bear went in there? I'm assuming. By the way, y'all, again, this channel is called Scary Interesting. Make sure you sub to him. If you like his content.
In the past couple of decades, the population has rebounded, which makes encounters with them much more frequent. Generally, these encounters are totally benign, but because they are so massive, if one does attack, the results can be life-changing.
Grizzly, hold on, that's interesting. That's good information. Grizzly.
Before automation, lighthouses and prisons were not.
Hold on, real quick. That's good advice. Grizzly, you should play on a live black bear, you should fight. And that's not odd about the news. I didn't know that. Right? Poor lass. That's so cute how you said that. That poor lass. I know, huh? Oh, this poor lady. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay, this is the next one. Collection of Horrible Fates. Or the next story on here. It's usually like 3, I think.
We're not so different. Just like prisoners are stuck in their cells until someone lets them out, lighthouse keepers were stuck on these tiny islands until a ship came to get them. And these are often just the tiniest of rocks in the
last one
ocean.
We heard a story about
the
a
distances
lighthouse.
are too great and the
Remember,
waters
y'all?
are too cold and rough to swim, so they are completely stuck until transport arrives. This also means they are completely at the mercy of someone's goodwill and sense of obligation. In fact, in a way, lighthouses were much more isolated than any prison because for the individuals inside, there were often 0 people for dozens of miles in any direction. Granted, they were paid for this work, but that didn't always negate some of the psychological trauma inflicted on the keepers due to the extreme isolation. It's hard to tell exactly what lighthouse is the most remote because there aren't any lists compiled by distance, but one that would definitely make every list is Small's Lighthouse.
So I'm weird in the fact that I totally would want to spend like a week at a lighthouse or something, like stranded like that. Is that odd? Of course, so I'd want food and everything and blankets, but I'd be glamping out there in the lighthouse. But I think that'd be so cool.
Small's Lighthouse off the coast of Pembrokeshire, Wales. Other than Stannard Lighthouse in Lake Superior, Small's Lighthouse is the farthest from people that I could find anywhere on Earth at 32 kilometers or 20 miles from the nearest inhabited area. And to really put the conditions here in perspective, the island that this lighthouse sits on is just a small rock that is less than the size of a basketball court. In stormy weather, the waves completely envelop this island and leave just the cylindrical tower visible, jutting out from the rock. It's also so far from the nearest land that if you stood on the top of the building and spun around, all you would see is the expansive ocean in every single direction. It is
Wow.
truly the definition of isolated.
Right?
To add to this,
Ooh.
even the tower isn't necessarily a refuge in the worst storms. In just mild waves, the rock is completely covered. In the worst storms, the waves are unbelievably large.
Holy
Like, for example, in
camole.
1831, the base of the
Oh
tower
my
sat
gosh, that
around
picture's
15
so
meters
cool,
or
but it's
50 feet off
really
the rocks
scary,
on
but
large pillars.
awesome.
That year, a storm was so bad and the waves got
Hold on.
so large that they smashed into the floor of the tower, causing it to break away and slam
I
against
was
the
talking over
cage
it.
in the
Sorry, y'all.
worst storms. In just mild waves, the rock is completely covered. In the worst storms, the waves are unbelievably large. Like, for example, in 1831, the base of the tower sat around 15 meters or 50 feet off the rocks on large pillars. That year, a storm was so bad and the waves got so large that they smashed into the floor of the tower, causing it to break away and slam against the ceiling. And this
I'm
was
gonna
so
write that
violent that it
down.
caused
Thank
the
you,
death
Cake.
of one of the keepers inside and injured all of the others. But despite how gruesome that event was, this story is about another incident. There was an event several decades earlier that was so traumatic that it caused the rules of lighthouse keeping to be changed forever.
Oh,
The
I
original
wonder if
Smalls
I've heard
Lighthouse
about
was
this.
completed in 1776 and was an octagonal building built on 8 massive 50-foot oak pillars. Later, when this proved not to
Right,
be
totally
sturdy enough,
agree.
one additional support was added in the middle, along with diagonal struts that went across from pillar to pillar, and then from the outside of the pillars down to the rocks below. In the rocks as well, a large tank was placed into the ground, which was separated into 2 compartments to hold coal and fresh water. The keepers then used a crane from one of the platforms to bring supplies directly up to the building, but for people to climb in, a rope ladder was
Oh, you
fixed
don't
from
like
the
the
rocks
ocean?
to a
I love
trapdoor
the
in the floor of the
ocean.
lower level
It
of the
is
building.
scary though, so I can
This lower
understand that
level was
feeling.
further divided into a series of rooms for storage,
She is no
repairs, and the
joke.
living quarters where the keepers lived and slept. Then above this room was the upper level that housed a large oil lantern and a series of reflectors. Originally fixed with just 4 lanterns, these consumed around 200 gallons of oil per year, but later when the tower was upgraded to 16, it consumed as much as 1,500 gallons a year. And this was to great effect because the light could be seen for up to 33 kilometers away. In 1801, there were 2 lighthouse keepers on duty named Thomas.
Hold on. Okay. There was an Australian show where a family lives in a lighthouse. It was called Round the Twist. Was it interesting? I would probably watch it. Oh yeah, hell yeah, the ocean does. That's no joke. Huh. Have you ever felt like this? Like what? Like a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean? Perhaps, but I've never been in a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. Okay. So yeah, there's like I've heard a lot of interesting stories actually about like when they first started making lighthouses, some horrible stories like with the first like constructions of them and stuff until they learned like how powerful or potentially how powerful the ocean really is because some of them went down like nothing. Now they're made much more to last like for long periods of time.
Thomas Howell and Thomas Griffith. Each of these men was married and had families, and apparently didn't get along well with one another. In town, they were known to dislike one another and to get into arguments, but for money and duty, they were
Hold
placed
on, let
together
me
to man the
rewind this real
lighthouse
quick.
anyway. There were 2 lighthouse keepers.
There we go.
16, it consumed as much as 1,500 gallons a year. And this was to great effect because the light could be seen for up to 33 kilometers away. In 1801, there were 2 lighthouse keepers on duty named Thomas Howell and Thomas Griffith. Each
2
of these men was
Thomases.
married and had families, and apparently didn't get along well with one another. In town, they were known to dislike one another and to get into arguments, but for money and duty, they were placed together to man the lighthouse anyway.
Oh,
And during their
crud.
stay, the weather was unusually bad. In fact, it was so bad that it would be 4 months before a ship could dock safely on the island. During those months, boats were sent over and over, but the water was just too treacherous each time, so the captains could never get close enough without risking getting smashed up against the rocks. About a month or so into this period, following a particularly bad storm, some of the ships going through the area noticed that the distress signal had been hoisted up from the lighthouse. Now, at the time, this was just a nondescript signal. It didn't give any indication of who to send the signal to or what the issue was, just that something was wrong. And week after week, boats reported seeing this signal to the authorities along the coast. And every week in response, highly capable boats with highly experienced crew were sent to Small's lighthouse. Their instructions were always to land if possible, but if not, get close enough to determine what the situation was. But week after week, the sea was so bad that they could only get close enough to see the dim outline of a man standing on the gallery of the lighthouse. It even occasionally looked as though he was waving to them.
What?
Unfortunately, they could never get close enough to hear if he was yelling or signaling anything in particular. Soon, weeks turned into months when storm after storm prevented any of the boats from docking on the island.
Wow.
During this time, the men were as
Sheesh.
isolated as anyone in history, with supplies that were slowly dwindling. The only reassurance to the families of the men and to the lighthouse company was that the distress signal didn't go out. This signal had to be maintained by someone, so naturally, this meant that someone was alive to maintain it. If it had gone out, this would have made the situation truly desperate. And still, boat after boat returned to see a man on the gallery. Finally, 4 months into their stay, the weather was clear enough to land on the island, and when it did, the reality was much worse than anyone could have imagined. Months earlier, shortly after being dropped off, Thomas Griffith got sick. It got to the point that he was so sick, the men felt it was necessary to get him off the lighthouse, so they raised the distress signal shortly after. Unfortunately, the weather prevented any help from coming, so Griffith slowly worsened until his death several weeks later.
Aww.
Initially, Thomas Howell kept the body inside the living quarters, but soon enough, the body started to decompose.
Oh no, please don't say
Eventually,
he
the
ate
odor
it.
and visual appearance became too much, and Howell was forced to come up with another plan.
You guys, please. Okay, vote. Does he get eaten? Vote 1 if you think that's what the horrible fate is, or vote 2 if it's something else.
Ordinarily, it might make sense to simply throw him into the ocean, but because of their previous disagreements, Howell was worried this would cause him to be suspected of murder back on land. Instead, because he was a professional cooper, which is someone who makes barrels, he used some of the
cooper?
scrap wood from the
cute.
structure to create a coffin for Griffith. When it was ready, he
Aw.
put the body inside and then carried it out to the platform along the gallery and tied it to a railing. For 3 weeks, this worked, but then between the rain and storms and wind, the coffin slowly degraded until it was stripped away entirely.
Uh-oh.
Eventually, all that was left tied to the railing was Griffith's severely decomposed body,
Oh,
and it was positioned in such a way
goodness.
that it looked to passing boats as if someone was purposely standing there.
Oh,
And to Howell, sometimes when the wind blew
OMG.
just right, the arms looked as though they were waving to him.
Y'all.
So for months, he sat alone in the middle of the ocean. There was
OMG. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. Oh my gosh, reminds me of Weekend at Bernie's.
no land in any direction. The sea was too rough for boats to land, but he could see them get close anyway. His food store slowly disappeared.
Look, John D said it too,
and
Weekend at
Griffith's
Bernie's.
decomposing body waved to him from the window.
To choose
Over
one.
time, Howell slowly lost his mind, and this would go on for 4 months before he was finally rescued from his isolation. When they finally got to him, he was emaciated almost to the point of starvation, and his personality and appearance had completely changed.
I bet.
Apparently, it was so much so that upon returning home, friends and family barely recognized him, and it would take him years to fully recover. Following this incident, lighthouse policy was changed to ensure that lighthouses were always manned by at least 3 keepers instead of 2 to prevent anyone from ever going through that again.
Oh,
The original Smalls Lighthouse stood all the way until 18.
That's interesting. That's a fun fact. I never knew that. That's why they switched it to 3 lighthouse people. Oh.
1961, when it was replaced by the tower that stands in its place today. And this new tower was automated in 1987, so no one ever has to be as isolated as Thomas Howell during those months in 1801.
Oh, poor Thomas. Okay, so this is the last story again. Darth, if you can, you don't have to do it right now. But this is, you could drop this guy's link. Scary Interesting is the channel, so you guys could sub up and you could like binge watch. He's got a lot of videos if you ever like are interested. That way you can go over and watch.
On February 24th, 2020, a call was received by a 911 operator from a woman named Sarah. The operator
it was
asked what
me.
the location of the emergency
kidding.
was. Then the operator asked if the emergency was for police or medical, and abruptly, Sarah interjected and said, "My boyfriend is dead." The operator then said to stay on the line for the fire department and do not hang up. The woman then calmly explained that her and her boyfriend Jorge were playing the night before, and she put him in a suitcase because they were playing hide and seek.
Oh,
Then she accidentally fell asleep
I know who
with
this
him
is
still
about.
inside, and when she woke up several hours later,
Sarah,
he was
that bad
dead, and
Sarah.
she didn't know what had happened. Sarah and Jorge started dating in 2017, and almost right from the beginning, their relationship was very tumultuous. Only a
Hold on, I'm so curious. Angel, have you not heard about this story? I gotta back it up. I wonder if Angel's ever heard about this story. Hold on. Angel's gonna be like, "What the heck is wrong with this lady?" Okay.
ask what the location of the emergency was. Then the operator asked if the emergency was for police or medical, and abruptly, Sarah interjected and said, "My boyfriend is dead." The operator then said to stay on the line for the fire department and do not
It
hang
is
up.
an awesome.
The woman then calmly explained that her and her boyfriend Jorge were playing the night before, and she
I
put him
think
in a
you're good. I
suitcase
appreciate
because they
you.
were playing hide and seek. Then she accidentally fell asleep with him still inside, and when she woke up several hours later, he was dead, and she didn't know what had happened. Sarah and Jorge started dating in 2017, and almost right from the beginning, their relationship was very tumultuous. Only a few months into dating, they had moved in together, and their arguments escalated way beyond normal arguments to the point of extreme. Like, for example, in 2018, about a year into dating, the two of them were at a bar, and Sarah asked another man at the bar for a cigarette. This shouldn't have been a big deal, but Jorge was furious and stormed out of the bar. Sarah went after him, and the two of them got into a heated argument on the way home, and by the time they got home, things had only escalated, and soon it got physical. It's not clear exactly what happened, since they both told the police different stories, with Sarah claiming that Jorge dragged her up the stairs
Sure
and
is,
kicked her in the
Jujubee.
face, and Jorge claiming to have been trying to go up the stairs when Sarah started choking him and he kicked her to get him off of her.
Damn.
When police got there, they each had marks and bruises on them, making it difficult to determine who the aggressor was, and on top of that, they both refused medical treatment and declined to press charges against one another. In the end, police charged each of them with battery, and then those cases fizzled out afterward. Despite this incident and their involvement with the police was not a deterrent at all, at least not for Jorge. The following year in 2019, another incident occurred similar to the first one, where Jorge was angry that Sarah talked to another guy, and things got physical once again. This time, it was pretty clear that Jorge was the one who
Sarah, don't
initiated, or at the very least,
listen.
attacked her in a much more one-sided way. Sarah ended
Actually,
up
it
with
was
bruises
Jorge.
and marks all over her body, and Jorge even told her that she was going to die. This time, Sarah would press charges, and Jorge was taken to jail as a result. She then testified in court against him, and they were ordered to live separately. This again wasn't a deterrent when, in the middle of the night, a couple months later, Jorge kicked in Sarah's bedroom door and attacked her in her bed. Amazingly,
I didn't know all this
despite Sarah getting
backstory,
police
though.
involved again, this case fizzled out too and was closed just a month later. The two of them even started living together, so it seems like maybe they reconciled and then Sarah dropped the charges. And this would be the last recorded incident before that fateful day 1 year later. After explaining to the telephone operator that the two of them were playing a game, the operator was confused and clarified. He seemed to think that the situation was different than what Sarah described because it was just so odd. She then curtly responded no and explained that she pulled him out of the suitcase and tried to give him CPR, but it didn't work. The operator then walked her through CPR once again as paramedics were sent to her house, and as the phone call continues, Sarah got more and more panicked. Eventually, the paramedics got to the house where they found Jorge lying on the ground in their living room and shortly after pronounced him dead. Then she explained the story again, that the two of them had been drinking the night before, but that she wasn't drunk
I heard about that, Juju.
and thought it would be funny to put him in a suitcase. Somehow, she'd fallen asleep, and by the time she woke up, Jorge was dead. The police then asked to take her phone as evidence, and then they left her home. Later that day, they discovered
Right.
something on her phone that would completely change their opinion about what happened and contradict her story.
Yeah, listen
So
to
much
this part,
so that the
Angel.
following day, they returned to her home and arrested her on second-degree murder charges. I'm now going to play a short clip of the full video found, and to warn you again that although it is not graphic,
Trigger
it
warning.
is still highly disturbing.
Trigger warning. I hate saying that, trigger warning, but trigger warning. Okay, just in case, it's just a trigger warning because this lady got drunk and she pretty much put her boyfriend in a suitcase, zipped him up, and he suffocated to death. And I think they were drunk or drinking at the time, but this is the video. She had a video on her phone. And her dumbass was so, I guess, drunk or whatever, tipsy, that she forgot that she recorded it, and the police found it. But, okay, trigger warning.
Highly disturbing.
Sorry, John D.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. F you. You. Stupid.
Okay, guys. So just to rewind, tumultuous relationship. Okay, and she wakes up the next day. Her and her boyfriend been drinking this night. She doesn't even really recall what happens, and then all of a sudden she says she finds him in this in the suitcase right here. And then they find the video on her phone the next day of when they were drinking and everything. And this is her like taunting him while he's suffocating to death, guys. Like, ugh. And she goes to trial. She's been supposed to go on to trial, but she's having issues with lawyers and stuff like that. But it should be soon. Let me rewind just a little.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. You.
And she's cussing him out and like laughing. If you saw her interrogation video too, or whatever it is, the interview with the police, she is seriously, she's a special one. I'll give her that. Poor guy.
Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. Sarah.
It's creeping me out because he's calling my name. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't do it. This lady did it. That's so horrible.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. That's on you. Sarah, I can't breathe.
Did she say that's on you?
Sarah.
I don't remember that part, y'all. She said that's on you. Wow. You special B word, you. You special bitch. Oh my gosh.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. That's on you. Sarah,
wow.
It's on you. Sarah.
As you just saw, Jorge was in extreme distress, and Sarah didn't care at all. The full video
Sarah
is
did
around
not
2 minutes
care.
long and is not the only video she took that night. In another video, the suitcase is facing up in a different part of the room, and Jorge can still be heard calling Sarah's name, and he is clearly panicked. The longer video is obviously the more striking of the two, because during it, Sarah can be heard laughing and taunting him. She tells him to shut up, and this is how she feels when he cheats on her and chokes her, and throughout the entire thing, Jorge is calling her name and telling her he can't breathe, and very
Oh, this makes my head hurt. This is sad. This lady's a friggin' bitch.
clearly as well, she is slurring her words much more than she claimed to police. These videos were taken at around 11 p.m. the night before, and after Sarah got bored of taunting him, she left him in the tiny suitcase and
fell
went to her
asleep.
bed to go to sleep.
Yep.
She then slept until around 11 a.m. the following day,
And
leaving
forgot
Jorge in the
she
suitcase for
put
almost
his ass
12
in
hours.
there.
At some point during this, he died of positional asphyxiation, which is essentially where you don't have enough room to breathe properly, and eventually you suffocate as a result.
This poor guy.
When she woke up the next morning, she claimed to have not known where he was until she realized what had happened. Then when she finally unzipped the suitcase, he was cold and purple, but rather than call paramedics right away, she called her ex-husband who lived nearby, and as soon as he got there, he told her to call 911 right away. Then, finally at 1 p.m., 2 hours after she woke up and found Jorge not breathing, she finally made the call, but by then, it was obviously far too late. If you made it this far, I just want to thank you for watching. Just a quick reminder that I am now taking viewer-submitted stories, so if you have any true stories that you think would...
Hold on, is this one new? Hold on, I want to peek at this one real
The
quick.
following video is 3 separate lesser-known cave disaster stories.
We're going to watch one
In
of
each
these
them,
two,
the
just real quick.
circumstances of the disaster is different than the last.
Just
in
one.
fact, they each take place on entirely different
But
continents.
it's the
The
same
one thing
channel.
that they do have in common,
Hold
though,
on.
is the deep, dark depth in which the whole...
It's the same channel. It's just scary, interesting. That lady is horrible, you guys. And at first, when I first kind of like saw a little bit of the video, I was a little bit like, well, she was really drunk. And I was like, well, maybe he used to hit her, beat the shit out of her. She just tried to get her revenge. But it's like, as you see her whole behavior, like when you watch all the body cams and everything, it's like, no, this lady is just freaking crap. And she takes no self-responsibility. Like she literally tries to give an explanation, or maybe she feels like she gives a good like excuse for everything. It's so annoying. She's annoying completely. But again, okay, so I want to watch one of these because he does a lot of cave exploring. Scary, interesting, like Scary Face too. I just want to watch one of these real quick,
which the horrifying events take place. As always,
and then I'll wrap
viewer
it up.
discretion is advised. On February 13th, 1965, 23-year-old Massachusetts chemist James arrived in Dolgeville, New York, to meet up with two friends of his from the Boston Grotto Club to do a bit of
Don't be
caving
sorry,
in the
you're
area.
fine here.
The cave they had chosen is a cave known as Schroeder's Pants Cave, which was initially discovered by caver Herb Schroeder in 1947. During his first exploration of the cave, Herb ripped his pants on some rocks, and so he and his friends jokingly gave it the name Schroeder's Pants. On the day that James and his friends were going to explore the cave, with it being February, there was a light dusting of snow all over the ground, and it was below freezing, but it's usually a bit cold in caves anyway, so this wasn't a big deal. They arrived at the cave owner's home to give him a heads up before they went in, but he happened to not be home when they got there. Thankfully, the plans had all been arranged in advance, and they already had permission from him, so they went to the back of his property and to the cave entrance. Unfortunately, had he been home, he would have warned them about the ice-cold streams pouring into the cave in various sections. After they made their way into the cave and down the pitch-black tunnels, they came up to a massive opening in the floor. This opening is actually a pit of 80 feet of pure vertical darkness, which is the only way deeper into the cave.
You guys, 80
From where they were
feet,
standing
is that
at
a
the edge
lot?
as well, they could see about midway into the drop, there was a small stream of water shooting out from the side. And
you guys know I'm a little dumb. In some ways, is 80 feet, is that like a big distance? Or is that like really deep? Anyone know? Can anyone like give me some like relevance to that?
and down to the bottom. Undeterred by the water, James and his friends got on
It's
their harnesses
huge?
and
Okay,
fixed their
thank you,
ropes
John
and
D.
prepared to rappel down to the bottom. James then
Thank
backed
you,
over
Lovey.
the edge and started sliding down through the darkness. Eventually, he got to the water, and as it poured over him, he was immediately breathless because of how cold it was. He
Wow.
kept descending through the water, and then all of a sudden, he jerked to a stop as his rope got caught in his equipment. He tried to free it, but the way that it had jammed pinned one of his arms in place. He tried to use the other hand to free the jam, but all of his weight was resting on the rope, preventing him from pulling it out. Worse yet, he'd stopped right under the stream of freezing cold water, which was rapidly cooling him down and making it difficult for him to use his free arm. Soon enough, he could barely even grip the rope with his free hand, let alone attempt to free himself.
Okay.
From above, his friends tried to haul him up, but with so little room to work, he was too heavy to hoist back up. James reassured his friends and tried to stay calm, but as time went on, he started to have a hard time responding to their calls. After 45 minutes of trying to pull him up, they decided they need to get help fast, so one of his friends ran back out of the cave. By the time he left, James was severely hypothermic and was no longer able to speak. In these early days of cave exploration, the rescue system was nothing like it is today, with the nearest rescuers being literal states away. From the time the call was made, it took hours to fly a team in all the way from Washington. When they finally arrived and got into the cave, ready to hoist James up, James had already died, hanging in the middle of the 80-foot shaft. His body hung lifelessly, having died hours earlier from hypothermia. This was a massive wake-up call to cavers worldwide about some of the unrealized dangers of caving. Contrary to what it might seem, the biggest threat to cavers isn't falling rocks or tight squeezes, it's actually cold water.
That makes sense.
Because
to
water
me.
cools you down dozens of times faster than the air, even moderately cold water can cause hypothermia very quickly. Modern cavers wear several layers of fleece underneath waterproof clothing, but at the time of James's death, it was normal to wear just regular street clothes. With how cold the water from the stream was, James never stood a chance in the clothing he was wearing.
Poor James.
Following his death, rescue teams tried desperately over the course of several days to hoist his body up from the shaft, but due to the space they were working with, it was almost impossible. Eventually, they attempted to widen the space, but as they started drilling, parts of the cave cleaved off and into the pit, making it incredibly dangerous to continue. Reluctantly, they were forced to abandon the effort and James's body.
Aww.
The entrance was then blasted shut with James's body inside. It would hang there until 2006, when the grandson of the original landowner reopened the cave and finally retrieved the body.
Ooh, y'all, that just gave me chills, like up and down, like my shoulders, like through my whole body, about the grandson coming back to get his the remains. Oh, just gave me chills. I don't like hearing about people who have to like their remains left behind and stuff like that. So I'm really it's good that the grandson at least went back for it years later. That's a good thing.
By the time they did, it had decomposed to the point that it slipped through the harness and down to the bottom of the pit.
OMG.
But in the end, his body was recovered from
Oh, thank
Schroeder's
God.
Pants Cave
Whew.
nearly 4 decades
I was
after he had
gonna
originally
say-
died.
After all that work? That's crazy.
Khao Suk National Park in Thailand is home to a number of gorgeous geological wonders. A limestone mountain range runs north-south through the park, and beautiful sandstone and mudstone rocks rise almost 2,000 feet in the air. The monsoon season in the park is also significant, and as much as 138 inches of rain can fall annually. Deep within the forest of the national park is a series of caves, including one known as Nam Talu Cave. This cave is a 1,500-foot deep
pretty.
limestone cave that was slowly eroded by the water.
That's kind of cool looking, huh, y'all? Super cool looking. It's like reminds me of like a glowy, almost like a nightlight or something.
Flowing through it. A stream continues to run through the cave year-round, but during monsoon season, the cave can become almost completely submerged in water. During the hotter months as well, king cobras from the nearby forest take refuge in the cave to keep cool. But despite these dangers, tourists flock to the cave, and the Thai tour guides are happy to take them through the dark passageways. On Saturday, October 14th, 2007, 21-year-old Helena and her 24-year-old fiancé John set out from a little bamboo house that they were staying in on their vacation in Thailand. Helena and John had just gotten engaged, and they had debated between putting a down payment on a house or going on a dream vacation. In the end, they figured that the house could wait, and so they took their dream holiday to Thailand. When they got there, Helena couldn't believe her eyes. She would remark that the area they were staying was the most beautiful place she'd ever been in her life. That day, they were going on an excursion that would first take them on a boat tour of a lake. After that, they would trek about an hour through the forest to the entrance of the famous Nam Talu Cave. At the entrance, their 2 guides gave them some torches for light and then led them into the dark underground passages. Along the way, they saw spiders and bats and cave walls that were lined with small waterfalls. In the cave as well that day was the Fisher family from Switzerland and a 10-year-old German boy who had been given permission by his mother to enter the cave with the rest of the tour. She then waited outside as the tour made their way through. Now, the Nam Talu Cave is typically closed during the monsoon season because it can flood quickly in heavy rain. Official tours to the cave typically start at the end of October and run all the way until the second week of May. The day that they entered the cave was only October 14th, slightly earlier than the official season. In addition, there was rain in the forecast that day, and the guides had been warned not to enter the cave, but because the weather was clear before their tour began that day, the guides went anyway. So, at 2 p.m. that day, heavy rain started falling outside of the cave. Inside the cave, roughly halfway through the tour, Helena heard a roaring sound off in the distance. Soon after that, a torrent of water came flooding in where they were standing. She and John immediately started climbing the walls to reach higher ground, and as they did, they saw the guides and the 10-year-old German boy get dragged away by the current. They kept climbing and saw the Fisher family get swept away next, and as they climbed, Helena lost her grip and started to fall, but at the last second, John managed to grab her arm and pull her back up. Eventually, they were high enough that they seemed to be safe, so they found a small ledge to rest on, hoping that the water wouldn't rise any higher. In the flood, all of the torches had been swept away, and so they sat there in complete darkness. As the hours passed, with no sign of the water stopping, they sat on the ledge and began to discuss what they should do next. John believed that they could follow the current of the water out of the cave to alert rescuers, but Helena thought that they should stay and wait on the ledge. She figured that all they had to do was wait, and the water would eventually recede, and then they could escape the cave. John, on the other hand, was convinced that they needed to try to escape, and so eventually he told her that he was going to try and that she could stay and wait. She pleaded with him not to go, but John couldn't be.
I think John should have stayed and wait, huh? With his wife, it sounds like.
Convinced. Soon enough, he slipped into the water, let go of the ledge, and then disappeared into the darkness. Now all alone, Helena sat shivering on the ledge in the dark, listening to the torrent of water rushing by.
Aww.
The only light she had was the occasional firefly that flew near her. Outside of the cave at 4:30 p.m., officials finally realized that the group was missing, and so a search was organized. Shortly after that, boats and helicopters were mobilized to go to Nam Talu Cave and find the tour group. As the search continued, Helena would spend the next 16 hours on the ledge waiting for rescuers to arrive. Once the waters had receded enough, rescuers descended into the cave to look for survivors, and at some point, Helena saw one of the bright torchlights down below and cried out for help. As they led her out of the cave, they informed her that they had recovered bodies 8 hours prior. The whole time they let her out, she was frantically asking if John was okay, and eventually they led her into a
I've heard
makeshift mortuary
Mexico's
and tragically
gorgeous
found out that
caves,
she was the
actually.
only survivor. She would unfortunately find John's body among the others that had been swept away the previous day.
Aww.
Unfortunately, the tours had started just 2 weeks early that year and caught the tail end of the monsoon season, which led to the tragic events of October 14th.
All right, y'all. So again, that's scary, interesting. Let me stop sharing. All right, that was a good one. So I see everyone in the chat too going ham about this Sarah. I'm gonna look real quick before I say goodnight to y'all. Let's see what the combo was about. He clearly voluntarily got in the suitcase. It is a sad tale. He absolutely had to, but how did it get sealed? Because I guarantee he couldn't do that from his position himself. She zipped it up. Yeah, I believe she did zip it up. She tried to say she did it, but I think she's full of shit. I know, yikers. You know what? I feel like I agree here with you, Darth. However, though, and I know there is no excuse for being drunk. However, though, I feel like it's at least like, I don't know. I'm on the fence with this because, I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one. It's at least manslaughter. You know, like her unintentionally do it. However, though, I don't know. I know certain states you could have like manslaughter 1, 2, or 3. So like a certain degree, or it's negligence, like you said, for sure. Malice. I feel like it is malice in that video. It really does feel that way. And the thing is, I feel like if she had like remorse too, like maybe I wouldn't feel like, so like kind of like this bitch about her, but she just like, it feels like she just like does not accept what she did to this poor man. And yes, true that. You do, John D? I'm gonna say I'm gonna disagree with you respectfully because I feel like this case got so much attention that she's not gonna get away with it. However, though, it'd probably be best, a prosecutor. What are they charging her with? Do y'all know what she's charged with? Is it like with murder 1, murder 2, involuntary manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter? Does anyone know her charges? I am curious now. A potential juror. Hold on. Is she in your neck of the woods? I thought she was in like Florida. I guess she found out that she could convince him to get his suitcase. That's horrible. Murder 2, okay. With lessers included. Gotcha. Okay, so they charge her with second degree. All right. Gotcha. Yeah, I wonder if it is going to be. I remember before when she was, like last October, she was supposed to come up for trial. I believe that was going to be like live streamed. So hopefully so. It's going to be interesting to watch. All right, y'all. Me too, Donnie. I totally agree. All right, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you haven't hit the thumbs up on this video, please do so before you leave. I would appreciate it. I love y'all and have a good night. And I will see you tomorrow. Be safe and everybody be grateful for what you got and give the people you love a hug or kiss. And if you can't hug them in real life, send them a virtual hug. Or light a candle for them in spirit and send them love. So have a good one, you guys.